Hello everyone, I'm Golden Devin-Foxy Remastered, and before I can begin this video and actually explain about what was going on with the phone, which today's topic I actually want to be talking to you guys very seriously. Like, I'm not going to be joking around this time of the video. I'm not going to. I mean, even though I do intend planning to do 2 reaction videos on some other one of the day, but I guess it's going to be on a later since I want to be the one talking about this, about the phone issue of mine, which is actually the problem. So, what I'm going to say here that I actually will briefly mention in through most of this right now is that here what I can say right now is that about the Orbic phone that's going on. Well, I actually want to show you guys something like this. So, this is my Orbic phone. So I want to show you guys why my Orbic phone was causing a bit of weirdness. So, last night, by any chance, you know, before I did wanted to start doing reaction videos by doing 2 reaction videos, which unfortunately I have to probably wait for that for whatever which day it's gonna be, and then actually do part 15 of Left 4 Dead 2, which yeah, it's going to be a while of me having it up there or whatever it's going to be. But again, just to let you guys feel a bit of the last enjoyment of Left 4 Dead 2 stuff before we even move to the next spot ahead forward with another gaming and stuff. So, to tell you guys the truth, and more likely the other thing that will happen anyway, that I still again planning on other gaming videos on other stuff, apparently that I'll actually will have most of that prepared and have most of them ready, as long as I do have the intelligent of me thinking about the only games I will remain to do, then we'll see whatever happens. So again, last night I discovered something that actually was going on with my Orbic phone, and if anybody does kind of feel a bit bad for me in this situation about like what's going on with my Orbic phone being a piece of shit, well, which is actually true by the way, which it actually is being shit, which it totally is, because I mean, first off, by the way, my hands, my effing hands are like big. They're literally the size of pretty big by actually doing the Orbic phone by doing is like this. Like, hold on for example, it's doing like this. Like, even though I'm clicking on random stuff by the way, but it's actually really stupid, which I know it's stupid, which I could really agree personally. I know it's stupid, but hear me out. So, about the battery, by the way, is this. So this, by the way, is the Orbic battery. So what I'm going to be reading from here is from this Orbic battery that, yeah, it does kind of have most of these words, but I'm not sure if you guys could probably read most of these right here, which even though you might have to, like, look through in here for a little bit to, like, have its catch right here, which, again, it's probably what the Orbic battery looks like in the phone. Now, what I'm going to say here that I know I might have a little bit of a serious moment with my entire time to deal with is that my Orbic phone should have really had a touch screen, which I think it really isn't a touch screen. Which, to be obvious, I actually did try to turn it on, and right now, by the way, before I did charge my phone with my charger battery, I did try to charge it on the outlet of my room to like go for the outlets of my room exactly to just like hook to charge it. I think just to charge it with the outlet and see if it was going to work on anything. But so far, the thing wasn't actually working last night. I'm like, what the heck's going on? I'm like literally so little bit a little bit confused. I was like, what? There's no way that my Orbic battery actually done that. I mean, there's like no way like Orbic phone actually literally did that. Like, I'm not sure by any reason or whatever. I'm like, there's like no freaking way that my Orbic phone actually was being a piece of shit for so many different minutes that, bruh, my fingers were literally hurting much of the time while trying to do literally just like clicking on literally anything. Like, bruh, I screamed so many times that I wanted to swear many swear words on the phone. Trust me, it's literally the stupidest phone I've really pretty much had in my entire life right now, which I hope it comes to change, which I really do hope to and pray to have it change, which the Samsung, by the way. So, even if I do get the name right on the subtitle or not, then hear me out. So, the Samsung, by the way, is a 5G phone engine, or have that in complex, is I hope that the engine itself actually does cooperate. And I'm not 100% too sure or certain how it's going to play out with the Samsung, which, to be complete honest, is that the Samsung hope it's not going to kind of like act up like the same thing with the Orbic, which I'm not very all familiar with the idea how the Orbic was just going to be like completely a bit stupid, which it really is, by the way, with the Orbic phone. It just completely is a bit stupid, which, yeah, I am just kind of a little bit ticked a little right now. I'm just kind of a bit ticked with the idea why my Orbic phone was just like trying to be so better, but it turns out that I actually wanted to have a freaking Samsung, which I know I was getting a little bit angry and a little bit somewhat mad, which I still try to hold in a bit of my anger away, which I did try. But the problem is that my hands were literally big. Like, I don't know what to tell it, and I just don't know what to say about my fingers being all, oh, being like too big and stuff, which it actually is true because my hands just keep being big and big anyway. Like, the point is, by the way, that I just want to give you guys for advice and a reason why, if anybody has the same problem as me with the Orbic phone being a complete trash, which I already know it is. But yes, it is trash. I know it is, which I think it's supposed to have been pretty bit better, but no, it was not to be. Very much as like. So, to tell you guys right now, is that once I do go to Verizon, by the way, and hopefully get things arranged, like all my data and all other stuff, like my contacts and stuff, which I hope that my new phone becomes a bit better, which I really do think 100% briefly and independently, I think is going to be a bit better with the Samsung, which I think it leaves to me with a bitter of the choice and just says like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to go on ahead and just get the Samsung phone. Even if I said the word right or not, which sometimes, hey, I don't really know sometimes if my brain always glitches sometimes. Which, I mean, trust me, I go through a lot of different abilities sometimes. That, again, that my brain glitches the frick out. Sometimes I just can't say the word right, most of them, because, again, my life's going to be a lot hard and different sometimes. Which, I mean, if people could or won't fully understand that, then hey, I mean, I'm trying, okay? I'm just trying. I'm not like being the person saying is like, oh, why is my brain glitching out? Well, because sometimes I just don't know most of the words sometimes. Like it just like gets me a little bit stuttered on a few different words, stuttered. Which I try to say the word right, but sometimes it'll just like slip out anyway and just have it a bit hard to communicate, which it's just supposed to be what is about, I think. So yeah. And I do frankly again to come to the announcement of the sorry apology exactly about like, oh, my Orbic phone was trying to be a bit better, but so far, this, by the way, was toasted. It was just toasted. Like, again, the buttons were working, by the way. It's like this one was working and that one was kind of being a bit problematic. Like, it was kind of being a bit of a problematic, I think, was just like the down button thing was not working. Like the up arrow thing was actually a bit working right here with the volume was working. But the problem is with the one that's like the button, the buttons, by the way, on the Orbic phone is just kind of being a bit of an issue to me. Like it's just kind of a bit of an issue. But good riddance. I actually will hopefully say this, that once I do get or have all my data into the Samsung, which I do 100% agree for, like holding out for my hands and say which ones is going to be a good or not. So the one here on my left hand, by the way, is going to be the good one. 100% all my data will be transferred to the Samsung. And then on the other hand is about it's probably not going to transfer. So one way I think to say the otherwise with whatever it's going to be is just that I hope to say this again, that I'm going to be less stress free exactly and just be freaking happy for once. Like, just have like the smile on my face and just say it's like, thank you, God, Jesus, and baby Jesus, to finally give me a freaking phone that I could literally do a touch screen for one time, for this once. Actually, like even though this is going to be my first rodeo and this is just going to be my first time to just like test them or whatever it's going to be tested, and just have things, whatever it's going to be, just tested and all, which I hope to say otherwise it could be tested. So once it's tested and stuff, I do kind of hope to say that, again, I know this is kind of like me giving you guys the news about my bad news about the Orbic phone, which I did want to come out here and to explain about my reason about the Orbic phone is just not good, which I think it did have its good run, but the problem is that the connection was being a bit bullshit, I think. I think the problem was with like every single time that the Orbic phone was having like a bit of signal bar, it was like going up 1, 2, 3, but it just continues to keep all the way keep dropping down like every single time. Like it depends about like the satellites. It like depends about the satellites, and it depends on about like the signal bar heading from different directions, from saying like straight, left, right, back, and all other directions around. Like it's a circle. Like it's like a circle, like all like that. But to me right now, I just think that I'm probably hoping to say that I'm going to be a bit wise and to be a little bit more careful with the new phone, which I hope to say that I actually will like kind of play around with a few bit of tests and see which one's going to be a bit useful to me or be a little bit kind of need me to get rid of a few spaces. Like I know I'm gonna be intending to be planning to put some games on my new phone for like the new Samsung, which I might have to be heading to the App Store and see if I might have to copy the games from like my iPad, like my red iPad for example, which I just call it my red iPad because basically yeah, I do might as well have to copy most of them and just put them into like the Samsung and see if that completely would work. And then as in for like the contacts, which yes, again, it's private and stuff, which it remains to be private. So about like the contacts, well, I do hope to like copy most of them as I can and just hopefully that my DMs would actually will work, and yeah, hopefully those will be tested. And yeah, the old saying goes is that I'd rather have my DMs privated anyways and just for other things and for whatever. So that's all I can say, which even though it's sometimes a little bit less saying anything, like it's less saying anything, which again, it's true. So just want to let you guys fully understand and actually know where I'm coming from and just say is that hopefully my new phone doesn't actually act the way it was like my Orbic phone is. I just really hope it really doesn't like do anything very bad, the worst, or whatever it's going to be. I just hope that things with the new phone, that is the Samsung, is going to make me feel a bit less stress free, which means I could actually be more focused and be more active, I think. It depends if I actually will try to have the Samsung thing that I know is a bit of an Android and stuff. But all I'm going to say is I just hope that it actually will work, and just say is that I hope that things will get to the way it will be. And even though I might have to go for the size of the phone, like just say this for example is like, if I have to keep one of them in my pocket, which for once I always will keep them in my front pocket because I'm not too stupid to actually put it in my back pocket. Because I mean, the saying goes, by the way, is like if someone stole someone's phone and I was like, bruh, that is like literally stupid, by the way, which I know I think it's just a little complete obvious, which again, I probably am a bit smart with the idea of doing that. So, to tell you the truth now, is I hope that things will actually be good right now. And I'll say this, that even though I did have two phones that actually did work for a while, and just like, I don't know, just to see how things would go and go. But the problem is with like, whenever I had the first phone, whenever I was in 7 West, okay, so let me explain about 7 West, about when I actually got my very first phone. So, when I had my first phone, by the way, I was kind of a bit joyful. I was kind of a bit happy with the phone, and just like, oh, just like figuring out like if I actually was gonna like kind of enjoy the way of the how the phone was working and how things were tested and how things were going with the Orbic. Going on with the phone. Not meant saying Orbic, but anyway, the truth is that the first very phone I ever had was like a little bit when I was a bit more younger, I think, which I wasn't like too younger. I was a little bit somewhere on a different scale on whatever it is, but I mean, bruh, it was like a little bit hard for me. It was a little blank for me that I just don't know. The saying is that sometimes that, well, I can't make always too many memories for whatever I was like literally back then, for however it was. But I probably am making big guesses. I would go and just make the guesses and just say as whatever I will make the guesses, because, you know, it's just like building like brain space, like literally like building brain space, and just like add memories and stuff and blah 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 and add memories. So that's just what I could say, and for whatsoever. So, yeah. And just so you guys did or didn't know, whenever I had the first phone, bro, my phone was keyed. It was my very own key. I'm like, dang it, I didn't see that. It literally had a few cracks. I'm like, bruh, no way did my phone got keyed. I know I was a little stupid, a little, whenever I was like a bit stupid, which I just didn't know at first, but I'm like, yeah, it was kind of a bit stupid of me to do. It was kind of a bit stupid of me to do. And then the second way with the next phone was an Orbic. Well, I'm just telling you guys right now about the Orbic. Is that, well, the Orbic didn't seem to have a problem. Like, the only problems right now was the right side of the phone, by the way. Like, it had literally a crack. Like, the right side, by the way, when I was just trying to, like, go on right, then all of a sudden it go, like, it made a crack. Like, the left didn't make a crack, the center didn't make a crack, the bottom didn't make a crack, and then the square thing didn't make a crack. Like, if I actually hit enter or whatever, it didn't make a crack either. Which, the only thing it did make a crack was the right side of the way of the arrow that I was like moving with it. So that's like the thing I just want to say, and just get on with me talking about like why did the Orbic phone right now today is just not doing so well. Like, again, I actually had stress, which, to be honest, it actually is true. Trust me, it's so hard for me to actually at least continue to be non stress free whenever I actually will begin to start proceeding to not have stress anymore. Which, it's going to be a good thing that I'm going to no longer have stress, which, trust me, I'm not going to have stress no longer have any stress left. Which, like I said, I actually will at least have the non-stress free as I ever will have, the better than ever, I think. Which, to be honest, it's kind of both ways with the Samsung phone of the Android, which it's just gonna be a mystery to me, and it's just gonna be like, if I ever do like mention on another video soon, or if I ever will like mention it on something or whatever, if I ever do explain the next new thing happening with the next phone I'm finally gonna have, which it's gonna be good, and I just do hope to praise and say that once I just do get the phone, then I'm going to actually continue to be non-stress free, and I will actually be able to like figure the ways how the texting works, the calling works, which I know how to do the calling. I mean, it's too obviously. I mean, I know how to do that easily, but the texting one will actually be a little bit of something for me to do. And then as in for like the App Store, and then as for other games, yes, I'm going to try to at least and try to install a few of them, which at least I will actually will recently copy and just see if any of that will actually proceed and will work. Which to me, it's all going to be about guessing and just actually will figure more things out as they go and just see where it all goes. But anyway, that's just my full talk of the not good news about the Orbic phone, and I do hope again that tomorrow or whatever's going to be, I will probably will proceed to do 2 reaction videos, and then finally part 15 where it could finally finish Left 4 Dead 2 for finished and done. And then for like Zombie Situation, well, Zombie Situation is actually gonna kinda, and I mean just kinda, hopefully, will actually be good. Which, like I said, I did kept to say I memorize about that game, by the way, and just have that ready whenever I'm fully, and I mean fully ready to have to start to play the game, and we'll get that started. And then, as in for like the news about Mario Sport Mix, I will actually will proceed to have that game soon and actually will play the game soon, which I'll actually will be announcing whatever I can announce it or whatever. But the problem is, by the way, with that, actually the issue is I just hope that whenever I get it ready, then I'll actually will make parts through them and just see where they go and just get it started and stuff. So that's just my explanation, even though I'm making this video through like most of the long hour and just say about like, oh, why is my Orbic phone being like the what, why it's just being stupid and that. And yeah, so that's just what I want to talk to you about and just say what I gotta say. So anyways, without that being said, I am Golden Devin-Foxy, remastered here. Thank you very much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a like and comment and subscribe to the bell to be notified. And without that being said, I will say this and positively say this as I will say this is I hope that things will be the way how they're going to be with the new phone and just see where those goes and exactly. So yeah, I probably am going to like not kind of survive without having a new phone coming into like I don't know which week it's going to be, but I do probably hope to say whatever it's going to be happening that it's just going to happen. So hopefully we will wait and see what happens or whatever's going to feel to be what's going to go. So I will say this is thank you very much for watching. And without that being said, I will have a 5G, not a 4G anymore. Like the 4G is going to go bye-bye, but now it's going to become to be the 5G phone, which to be honest, the 4G phone actually is probably going to die itself, but the 5G phone, yeah, I'm just like, no freaking way. I was like literally surprised. Like I didn't know it was gonna happen with the phone, which I just didn't even know it was gonna happen. But I'm like, damn, like after when I was like, dang it, I just didn't knew it was gonna happen. I'm like, dang it. I just didn't knew. Like I really just didn't know that at possible. I just really don't know what was really even happening. So that being said, I just hope to say this is thank you very much for watching, and without that being said, I will say this is thank you very much for watching. And without that being said, is I am once again I'm Golden Devin-Foxy Remastered, and I will see you guys soon in the next video. And like otherwise, is please be sure to give this video a like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified. That way you will not miss a single video that comes on this channel. And without that being said, I'm going to pretty much just like get off my mind and just, just relax for a little bit and just, yeah, I'm not going to survive. By the way, with this phone, by the way, I'm just not going to survive with the phone anymore. Like, yeah, I'm going to kind of actually not be on like any DMs or just be on anything on my phone right now. I'm just like saying is that it's going to probably just be dead. Like, yeah, the Orbic phone is actually dead. It just really is dead. So I'm just not gonna no longer survive, by the way, by doing DMs or calls or anything. You know what I mean? Just private stuff, just private stuff. I'm just doing private stuff. As I said, private. As I said. Because you know what I mean. So without that being said, I'll say this is thank you very much for watching. And without that being said, is I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for watching this through all the way of the video and just understand what's going on with the Orbic phone and other stuff. So I'll let you guys know what else happens next. Whenever I get the Samsung, I actually will at least say this is that, well, once I do have like the Samsung phone, I will hopefully say that it'll actually work and see how it's going to really proceed in things. So I hope it really does work and whatever it's going to be. So that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. And this was pretty much like 27 minutes, and for whatever the next second is going to be on that one. So that being said, see you guys later. Goodbye. Peace out. Sign out. And we'll see you guys soon and later again next time. So bye-bye, everybody. Good day. Or should I say goodbye? Have a great day. And yeah, don't worry. I'll still make 2 reaction videos. By the way, I'll still do that. And I'll still do part 15 after it's finished and stuff. And then Zombie Situation. And then Super Mario Sports Mix, which I'll be announcing to have that up if I ever will try to do so, but we'll see what happens here. So with that being said, see you guys in the next video. Goodbye and adios. See you next time. Goodbye, everyone, and later.